this entire project has been building up to this moment where I'm sort of making every piece for the Metroidvania, and we've got pretty much enemies, we've got abilities, we've got ways to heal ourselves, we've got everything. Well, most things. There's we don't have the depth of other Metroidvanias, so we're not going to have like abilities or charms or other things that we can add to the player to make them more powerful at the moment, but we are going to try and make a boss encounter of some kind. Now, I have been doing some work because it's Christmas and I haven't been working. I'm
definitely building furniture.
You build furniture, I'll build the game. Sounds like a deal. So, I've been working on this thing called an encounter controller because I want to be able to fix the camera in position when you're fighting the boss, because I think it's just a little bit easier for the player to see where they are in the world. And I think it also looks nicer because we can bring the camera up and you can see more of the stage. It's just better from that perspective. Oh, okay. Yo, bro, Thomas Daniel, you've got amazing vibes. You want to grow your stream? I can hook you up with the top Twitch streamer who's got 3 million. He helps streamers get real viewers, active chat, loyal followers who might donate. If you were interested, add him on Discord, Lyric03, and tell him Daniel sent you. Taking this step could seriously boost your monitoring suspicious user. Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, mate, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I'm assuming this is a bot. Because what else would that be other than a bot? But I mean, it's an obvious scam, right? Like Lyric03. I've been approached by so many people impersonating other big streamers that are like, yo, want to collaborate or whatever. And it's just like, number one, I'm not in that like field, right? Like I'm not a variety streamer or like an IRL guy, or I don't really play games. I don't have that energy. Been bad at the scripting part? That's easy, man. That's the easiest part. You just gotta sort of like persist. Say you're not a bot if you're a good... I already banned them. I gave them a chance to respond, but it's clearly that they're a bot. Coolio Dudillo 1. Loading Godot. I'm really bad at the scripting part. It took me a long time. That's what I'll tell you. It took me a really long time to get to that stage. And the scary part is that once you're there, you realize that that's not even the hardest part of making a game. That's just like the part that allows you to put things together. It's actually making the game that's difficult. And maybe that's different for different people. Like I found out very quickly once I conquered coding that like game design's actually harder. You know what I mean? And so it was better than the flashbang of corn. Yeah, that was something else. But yeah, so like keep at it, stay strong, but just know that it's a difficult process for sure. Ooh. Accidentally plugged something in. Okay, so back on track. I was working on an encounter controller to control the camera and give us something that we can use to sort of position the camera. You can call me Coolio. A month. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that you got. Just keep at it, bro. Within a year, you won't even know yourself. So yeah, we've got the camera, and what we're doing with it is we're locking it in position, and we've also got this gauntlet. I've designed a gauntlet because obviously I've just been playing Silksong, so I'm like, I've got to have gauntlets. And essentially what this allows us to do is fix the camera in place and sort of like create an event that happens. So I'll play this part out here, and I'll just position the camera. I've been working on the camera scale and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we've got this. It positions, I suppose the width isn't as expected because it's 16 by 9, so but you get the idea. And now the character can move around indefinitely. And this is an encounter. Also added sounds. There's a way to turn that off, right? Otherwise it's going to be kind of annoying. Also, like I just realized... Okay, there we go. Muted. Okay, so when we get to the center, we got to fight the gauntlet. Okay. Oh, 3 of them. That's a lot. Ouch. This one just appeared right on top of me. Yeah, normally you should probably have a delay between like when the guys in the gauntlet show up and when you actually like have to fight them. Okay, you've beaten them. You've finished the gauntlet, and now we get the prize, and the prize is on the pedestal here, and it's just the dash ability. So now we have the dash ability. There's nothing to tell us that we've acquired that ability yet, and we can drop down here, and we're back at the start. This is where you start in the game at the moment, at this door. And so now you can go this way. And previously this was a little bit different, but I've changed it a little bit just to like, because it's not, we want people to come this way afterwards. And so here you can't actually make this jump without the dash. So we'll come back up to the top and we'll go this way. And this is where the boss fight will be. So we're going to put that there. And like, this isn't, all this is subject to change. What we really want to do is focus on getting the moving pieces together so that we can sort of see how it feels, see how people like it. And then if we do, if people do, you expand on it. And I've also got this section here, which you can't reach without the wall jump, which we don't have yet. So we can't grab the wall, so we can't get up here. Okay. Are those enemies placeholders? Yes, most definitely they are. They are definitely. Camera change looks smooth. Yeah. We also changed, I changed the way that I was doing my camera. So I said on the previous stream that I had decided on a resolution of like 500, but I did some more research and it turns out I was completely wrong about that. And actually 320 by 180 is the resolution that I probably want to have. But I wanted to be able to zoom out the camera from time to time, and with a stretch mode viewport, it's not really possible to zoom in and out with the camera, and so I had to change it to a zoomed camera. So the resolution is actually going to be like 1080p, 4K, whatever, and we're just going to zoom in.
Meow.
Meow. How's it going, Aqua1? Welcome to the chat. And so, where's the camera rig? Here's the camera rig. I did some work on the camera rig. Yes, I don't know when. I don't know. It's been like weird because obviously I didn't go to work today. So like, I've just been doing this in the morning, and then I went to the beach because it's summer and you gotta, it was crazy hot. It's been so hot. It's actually frying my brain. I'm gonna see if I can get through this. Okay. So now we're updating the position of the camera, and we're also doing a zoom. Basically, we can set additional zoom. We can set the camera zoom, which is basically, we've got a desired pixel height, which is this 180. So if we want a 180 pixel height, we need to figure out how big the current viewport is and then divide it by that, and then set the camera zoom to be whatever that figure comes out to be. So that's how we're doing the camera at the moment. Still subject to change, I think. How hot is it though? Isn't it wintertime? No, dude, I live in Australia. Australia, mate. It is summer and it was 35 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I honestly couldn't tell you. I guess it's probably somewhere around 90. 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius to Fahrenheit. 95 Fahrenheit for the eagle lovers out there. So it's not that hot, but like it's very humid. It's tropical. It's very overpowering. All the Aussies in the chat can back me up on that one. It's actually messed up how hot it is. It normally rains this time of year, and it hasn't really rained the last couple of days, which would help. Okay, so now we get to make the boss. The boss is going to be in this room here, so we need to make a space for it and set up the encounter, and then I need to actually make the boss. So tile map layer 2, and we'll go with this. I think 2 pixels is okay for the height. Or should I do 3 pixels for the hallways? You don't want these hallways to be too long. I always worked out that it's kind of hard to see what direction you're going when you're walking down these hallways. So I'll just make it short and we'll just go straight into the boss fight. Like, we'll worry about building this stuff out later. I just want to build the arena and then worry about it later. I have no idea how big it's supposed to be. The monster's pretty big. Like the boss is fairly large because I originally had a higher pixel density. So I don't know. I might have to zoom it. And also I don't know if it's appropriately sized for the project anymore. I could have to shrink it down. Where is the artwork? I'll just drag it in, the sprite in. Yeah. Boss, security drone. Okay. It's kind of small. Where's the player? Get over here. Is it too small? Should I make the room a little bit bigger? Where's I need to add an encounter. Add an encounter. Should this one here is the right encounter number 2. I hate it when they show up in Origin. You like, it's impossible to click because there's so much stuff that's just there. Grab it now. Okay, so you can sort of see what I'm doing here. I've got 2 areas with these encounters. So we've got the we've got a bunch of stuff here that we're not going to need to use at all. But did you make all the assets so far? Yeah. So far, yeah, it's all placeholder and stuff like that. The only thing that really has a lot of effort on it is the player. Everything else is like, it's single color kind of sprites, just so that I can get things moving and have things in the game, so that I can build out the game and get it working without having to worry about whether or not it's going to be good. And then if it is, and people seem to be interested in wanting to play it, then we can take it to the next step and we can start working on the art and build out the world and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this encounter start. No, we want the camera, spawn markers, wave manager, camera. Oh, this is the camera encounter area. So make this editable. Now this rectangle is exactly the same size as the screen. So what's 1920 divided by 5? Anybody in the chat's good at math? 1920 divided by 5 is 384. Huh. I thought it was a 6, it's 320. So if I made it 1920 divided by 5, it's 384. Make this editable, make unique, and just go 384. And how tall would that be? 1080 divided by 5. 216. Just give us an extra, what, like 32 pixels or something? I don't know. It's going to give us some more pixels on either side of the encounter. Might make it a bit better. We'll see. I'm going to rename this to boss encounter. And we've got spawn markers. Let's just position this. And the encounter array, we need to get rid of all of that. There is no encounter array, which will probably cause a crash. I suspect. It expects one to be there. So maybe I should have a look at the script here and see what happens if there isn't an encounter. So we got on encounter start point, body entered. If the body is the player character, obviously, we set the character. Okay, so we've got a variable. We store the variable player, and then we start the first encounter, which is just going to be the boss in this case. And then we're back. Sorry about that. All right. So, back in action. I suppose. Oh, the music stopped. Oh, it's because I unplugged my entire device. Okay. I wonder if I should like monitor my voice. It's kind of hard because it comes through on a delay, so I can't really. I don't think. I monitor it via the hardware I have, but I don't monitor it via, you know, like, how would I even do that? I think it would also come through on your end too. Monitor and output. Like this. Yeah, it's a delay. I don't like that. Monitor off. Anyway. Plus, I think you guys would hear it. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so spawn encounter. So let's just say if
Meow meow meow.
meow meow meow. If the encounter array dot is empty, just return out of this. Like, we don't need to go any further, so that's going to stop the crash. Santa is patting the Chaff meow. I guess that's what we'll call that. I don't even know. What did I call that? Yeah, it's Chaff G meow. Okay, let's see what the camera looks like. Let's get a feel for this. Oh god. Not good. Oh, I haven't set the zoom. That's why it looks weird. Go to the world. Now, I don't remember exactly where I put that variable. Okay, here we go. So we're going to zoom in by 1. Zoom out, I should say. Okay, that's better. Let's zoom out by like a little bit more. I feel like that's big enough for the two of us. I'm gonna have to jump over. So the plan is to have this guy come towards you. You have to jump over him, and then like keep fighting him, and he shoots you. And you can see how he's symmetrical. He's gonna shoot from both ends of his butt. But I don't have to turn him around. All right. I'm actually gonna make that a little bit bigger than 1. Make it like 1.1. Nice. Or even 1.2, to be honest. Just a little bit more. So you can see the entire arena. Take a little bit off the top. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. You're not going to have wall jump, and it's plenty tall. We don't need to do anything there. Okay, so that's the arena. We've got the I don't know what you call this. The encounter. I'm guessing, yeah, when you run into that, nothing happens. Okay, so let's create a boss. Camera rig, no. Encounter, no. We do need to create a new enemy. And I'm gonna clone the ground enemy. Now, most of this is gonna be run by the animation player, right? Like, a boss is really just like... We've already got the scene here. It's just an enemy. Like, I'm just gonna attach the enemy script. I don't know, is it any different? It has more health, you know? But that's all separate. Enemy idle, enemy motion, enemy. Character body 2D, that's the one we want. Big drone. Okay, so it's got a hitbox. We need to give it a hurt box. Okay, it can be the same. Glorp. I don't know. The cat with the rainbow. Global emote. Alright. So we've got the hitbox, the hurt box. We just need a state machine. Right? So... oh, it needs a health bar as well. Static. State. Boss time. It is boss time. State machine. Everything we've worked towards, and this is how we're going to do it. State machine. And enemy state machine. It needs data. It needs a character. It doesn't need a navigation agent, I suppose. Not really. Let's be honest. Okay. Okay. We need health. Health container. How much health should it have? Like 1,000? Hurt box. How do the other... hang on a second. I'm blanking on the other enemies. How the boss turns out, we'll see. I've never made a boss before. This is my first one ever. for like 5 years that I've been using Godot. It's got the ads. The sprite has a script on it? What's it called? Enemy sprite? Decay rate, max flash, okay. I'm assuming the hurt box emits a signal to that. Area entered, on area entered. Oh no, you have to connect this hurt box signal to itself. Area entered. Area entered. Connect? Yes, okay. And then damage successful gets emitted. But, oh, we got some signals to connect. I forget how to connect all this stuff up, eh? I mean, it's really good that you keep them separate. You got your hurt box, your hitbox, and your health container all separate from the actual character, so you can add them in. But then, like, because it's all run with signals, it's like, okay, I have to sit here and be like, where does this go? Where does this connect to? Go to method. This connects to the health container. Okay. Why would it do that? Why would the health container emit a signal to itself? Oh wait, no, we're in different. This goes to the sprite. So damage taken does go to the sprite. And then it goes to enemy itself, right? Because sometimes the character can be knocked back. And then on health 0, it queues free. Okay, I understand. Gotta go AFK? No worries, dude. I'll be here for at least another 2 hours. 3 hours, maybe? It's the holidays. I can stay up as late as I want. Just kidding, I'm old. Got cables all over the place. Yeah, does my thinger work? The answer is no. Okay. Remembering how to connect everything up. Damage taken. On health container, damage taken. Okay, that's not right. Disconnect. On health container, damage taken. How's that different? I don't get it, but all right. One health container damage taken. All right, tedious bits, tedious bits. This is already connected. What the hell did I connect to? Sprite 2D? Dude, I'm all over the shop. Okay. Health 0. I suppose I should have like a base enemy that has all these signals connected already so I can just forget. You know what I mean? So I don't have to remember to connect all these signals up. Okay, that looks right. Pet box is just connected to itself and there are no other signals. Okay, great. So now we can make the state machine. Hell yeah. Node. Idle. Charge. Shoot. Cannon. And there's one other ability called Barrage, I guess? Oh, so itchy. Dude, the heat is killing. Okay. What else can it do? Should it be able to do anything else? Like, should it be able to just like stand there? I mean, idle it's not going to do anything. And then you've got like the 3 attacks and like, what does it do in between? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So basically, I'm going to set up 2 markers here. We're going to have markers. And they're going to be like charge points. So basically, he's going to go from one side to the other. Charge point 1. Charge point 2. Okay. And we'll just like, once we drop him in the room, we'll have them. We can even move them a little bit further apart. So we can make them like 20 pixels. No, it's going to have to be way more than that. 200 pixels. That's better. And then make this one negative 200. That's bigger than the room, but like, let's just make it 150 then. All right. I got a little nod off. Hey, thank you so much, Penguin777 for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hello. You were on the YouTube side originally, weren't you? Yeah, you were. You were Penguin Life 5208, and then we've got Penguino. I used to be obsessed with penguins when I was a kid. It was crazy. That was like one of the things I wanted to do when I was a child. When I was like 5 years old, I wanted to make a penguin game, just like Crash Bandicoot, because I was obsessed with Crash Bandicoot. So I was going to make a penguin game where the penguin was kind of like Sonic, but like a bit more like Crash. So like he could run really fast, but then also like spin into a tornado. You know, not exactly original. One day I'll make that game. One day. But like 5-year-old me had no idea. In the 90s. In like 1995, or probably was a little, yeah, no, 1995. I remember for my 5th birthday, I got a PlayStation. Good times, good times. I can see that game using ice physics as its main difficulty. Yeah, I'm trying to think about like what a modern iteration of that game would be. And I sort of think like it would need to, the abilities would need to be different. I think it would do like some kind of platformer, probably not 3D. Well, 3D, but like maybe still side scrolling. I don't know. And the premise would, I think I'd have to have like I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. One day, not now, but in the future, I will eventually do my child version of myself justice and make that. Sort of like a 2.5, yeah. It's kind of like this, but like in 3D. It would have to be 3D, I think, for it to look good. Because penguins are kind of hard to, like... Just in 2D, I don't think it would work. Anyway. So, we've got all these different states. Now we just need to create them. Okay, so idle's really easy because nothing is going to happen. So, I've got a regular idle script that I use for all of these. But I might create my own... set of states for this scene. Boss, we'll just call it boss 1, and then we'll just create states. All right, and then we'll create that, and it's going to inherit from enemy motion, I think it's called. Yep, okay, that's great. Create that, and I'm just going to steal directly from the other ones, like the idle for the other ground idle is probably the most appropriate one to steal from. And so it's got a target check update. Now the boss isn't gonna lose the player. You know what I mean? That's not gonna be possible. You're here until you're either dead or it's dead. So we don't need to continuously check for the target, but this does serve as a way of intervals between abilities. So basically you go back to idle, there's 2-second wait, and then you're going to do something else. Either you're going to charge, you're going to shoot your cannon, or you're going to do a barrage, right? Also, actually, I did want to do another one here. Spawn drones. That was going to be like the second phase, which is going to be exactly the same as the drone. Is exactly the same as the first stage, but I'm going to bring in like the flying enemies. That's going to be how I'm going to up the difficulty. Probably be too hard for a first boss. Oh well. We shall see. Okay, so idle. Not much to do here. It's going to go into chase, but actually this is going to be the hard part. Also, it wants a range. We need to create a data set for this enemy. Movement speed, we got a range. We're gonna make it like 500. And an acceleration, it's fine. Okay. Movement speed's gonna be faster than that. So basically, every 2 seconds we're gonna be doing something. I probably need to make that variable. We'll work on that. Let's focus on just getting the basic pattern down. And so we're going to decide, we'll probably just make it random at this point, whether or not we're going to do charge, shoot, cannon, or barrage. Huh. Let's create the charge. Create that. And this is boss 1, states, charge, inherits enemy motion. Okay. There might even be enemy motion. Is there a state below that? Ground motion? Ground enemy motion? Is actually what we want here. Enemy motion actually assumes the enemy is in the air, which is not the best. We should probably differentiate the two. Okay, so ground enemy motion, charge. Now we're going to pick a point depending on where we are. So we're going to pick the furthest away. So whatever, like we just assume that it goes back and forth. And so like it's going to start at charge point 1 and then move over to charge point 2. So in the enter script, We are going to get one of these 2 points. Let's just add them to the script. Actually, let's just pop this out so it's readable. I don't think we're going to need to do anything else other than just script at this point. Func enter. So, our position. So var position is a vector 2. Going to be equal to enemy dot global position. And then we need to get our distance to each of those. How do we do that? We could have 2 separate variables. I feel like there's a quick check. You could just go like if charge point 1 dot distance 2 dot global position dot distance 2 position is greater than charge point 2 for the exact same thing, then okay, so we also need like destination, charge point to charge, point to charge. It's vector 2. Actually, we'll just make it a marker. Marker 2D. So if it's greater, if charge point 1 is further away, then point to charge is going to be equal to charge point 1. Or if I just made it a position, I could say that the point to charge is going to be equal to the max of either of these 2 variables. And I also need to do like the absolute, right? Because does distance 2 give like a negative or a positive? Like, I actually don't know. What does it say? Returns the distance to this vector. I should probably put it as an absolute. But then if I do it in absolute, okay, back it out, back it out, back it out. Yeah, that's no good because if I put it as an absolute, then I'll have a problem because I won't actually know which way I need to go. Point to charge equals charge point 2. It's okay. If this is not like perfectly optimized, it's not the end of the world. That's fine, right? Okay. So we got our charge point, and then in the process function, which is state update.
Yippee table chairs and shoebox meow made.
Why are you making so much furniture, bro? Pass. I guess we can set the position at that point.
Because my mum ordered it all, I don't know why.
Ah, because it's Christmas. Maybe you need more furniture. Direction is a vector 2. Is that a shadowing variable? It's not. Huh. All right. So we need a direction and a destination. Two extra tables, you built one. Okay, one down, one more to go. Get that Allen key out. So direction is going to be point to charge dot global position. Actually, it's going to be enemy position. Okay, so that's our position. So position dot direction to point to charge dot global position. Where did this table come from? I don't know, bro. Direction dot position equals direction to point to charge global position. Okay, great. And then destination equals point to charge dot global position. And to be honest, if I put this above, then I can go direction equals point position dot direction to destination. Okay, so let's have a look at idle, ground idle? No, ground charge, ground chase. This here is like the way that I was doing it. I said, oh yeah, okay, I did see that. Okay. So what do I do? If distance to target position finished emit is less than the range. Is greater than the range, okay. Is colliding. Ray delay remaining. Ray delay remaining. Wait a second. How does this guy know he made his position? So he moves in the direction that I calculate, right? And then the target position is like plus 96. And then if target position dot distance to is greater than, is less than the range. Right. So it just says like, hey, you made it to the position. I guess I could just check that and make it like, oh, if you're less than like 1 pixel away from it, go back to like idle, like you're pretty much there. Something like that. So I can say, we know what the direction is, so we can call move at this point. Move, it takes a direction. Do these guys have like complicated speeds or not? It just wants a direction. Okay. What does it do then? How does it figure out how fast to go? Data, movement, speed. Okay, yeah, it's just a hard-coded thing. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. And then it updates the velocity. Okay, so then that's easy enough. We can just say to move in the direction, and then if, okay, so we get the position, the current position as a vector 2.
Pay attention to me.
I'm paying attention to you. Do you want me to open up your link? Yeah. I saw it. Okay, current position equals,
I don't see no presents, they're totally hidden.
I mean, that's still cool that you get presents. I have to buy my own now. That's what happens when you get old. That's just the way things go. Ain't nobody gonna buy me presents. And that's okay, because I actually, like, low-key, I don't really care. I actually don't like that stuff. I'd rather just buy my own stuff. I'm not a big present person. Some people really like it, but like I'd rather just like either, you know, have a discussion or not do it at all. Okay, so now we know the position, then we can test that against our destination. So we can say if the destination dot distance to current position is less than or equal to let's say 5 pixels. Let's just hard code it. We'll probably create a variable actually. Minimum destination range. Float equals.
Yes, but it was fun sword attacking. I don't know the proper word with my little brother with wrapping paper tubes until Dad told us to stop.
Nice, dude. Also, I got the new iPhone update. I'm not a big fan of it. Glass. I finally got the glass update. I think that's what it's called. I had to delete all the apps off my phone because I have an iPhone SE and it has no storage. Finished .emit and then we'll go back to idle. Okay. Okay, so I think that's really all that needs to be done.
Immediately turn off SharePlay or else people can access everything in your phone.
I think that's what the update fixed. Don't know. I don't even think I have SharePlay. Guys, I don't leave my house. SharePlay. What is SharePlay anyway? Dude, I'm such a... Screen mirroring? I don't have like... Or is it like air? Dude, I don't freaking know. I put my phone on silent, on airplane mode when I leave the house. Idle. Boss states idle. Let's go to finished emit. Dot charge, right? Let's just test this out. See if we can get this guy chasing us backwards and forwards. So what we need to do in order for this to work, now that we can loop back around to this, we can delete this sprite that we have here for the security drone. Delete that. And so for the boss enemy, what we want to do, boss 1 drone, we want to actually copy the path, and in the boss encounter, we want to create an encounter list, and essentially it wants to know where to spawn it at this position and the path.
General airplay and continuity automatically airplay never.
General airplane. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. And so we want to go down to the spawn markers, find number 1, and position that way we want the boss to spawn. All right. Probably a little bit further in. Now, if I bring in this boss, I kind of want it to go there, but so if I put it here, we need, okay, so we need one of these markers to be on it and the other one off in, so the boss drone, this one here is going to be literally on 0, and this one here is going to be like 318. That's too far. That's out of the stage. Make it to 280.
Me stinky, me have shower.
Okay. See you later, dude. tedious to get these right, eh? -110. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Game's probably going to crash. It always does when you try stuff like this. Welcome back. We're just about to... Oh, Kyron Bell, I missed you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so that didn't detect the player for some reason. Or I've cooked the detection. If the encounter array is empty. Now I did actually like set up an encounter array, right? So there is an encounter array. It's not empty anymore. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Body entered. Body exited. Oh, that's the camera encounter. The encounter start point. Can I like put out... Is this even triggering? I don't think it is, eh? Oh, it is. Okay, it is detecting that. What are we doing now? We're just trying to get the boss to spawn in, and once we've got that, we will be able to see like... Oh, okay, so I just made the first attack, and so like we can test that first attack, make sure that it's working how we want it to. It's basically just going to go back and forth in the room. You have to jump over it. That's the first mechanic. And then we'll set up the cannon, and then we'll set up the barrage. And those should be pretty straightforward because we have bullets and stuff already set up. So it's just a matter of like making them look right, I guess. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Encounter array is one. Like, let's just jump through this. It goes over to that. It pops front. Animation player play. That's not going to work because there isn't one. And then it spawns the first encounter and then deletes itself, which it's supposed to do. But it doesn't spawn the... It doesn't spawn the boss. So either the boss is somewhere else. The camera's all fucked up. So let's have a look. The world. Fixed camera points, boss encounter. Wave manager doesn't have anything. So I don't think it actually spawns. But it didn't, it skipped over the... Run that back. Hit the breakpoint. So it gets to the call deferred. And then deletes itself. First encounter object? Hang on a second. Where is the boss if it's not spawned here? I can't read this. Why is it not spawning in? We load the enemy path, we instantiate it, we spawn at the spawn marker, we find the child. Did I put the right marker in the right spot? The marker's right there, number 1. And if I go to the boss encounter, it's being told to spawn it. 1? Oh, there's nothing in it. Okay, what the fuck? I added that, right? Like, am I crazy? Add key value pair? Okay, that should work now. And it should just like go straight into, it'll probably crash, I don't know. Oh, I still have the breakpoint. Oh, no, it crashed. Okay, cool. Cannot duplicate null value. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a pretty easy bug to fix. On the boss, it's expecting a material, and it doesn't have one. The air enemy has a material called shader material, flash shader. Right? Okay, can we save that material? Have we saved that material somewhere else? Material. Flash. Okay, we got the shader. I don't think I've ever saved it. I've just put the shader on it. Okay, world. Big boss drone. Material, shader material. Shader, flash shader. Right. That should be enough. Okay, let's go around again. I'm sure there'll be something else. Okay, what is it this time? Invalid access to velocity computed on base object. Okay, so that is just cranky that there isn't a navigation agent set. And I need to fix that because not every enemy has a navigation agent or needs one. So like I shouldn't have to like add one in every time. In fact, where is this? Hang on. What is this? Where is this bug? Like, clear that. Delete that. Let's run that back. Make it crash again. Okay. Pop this out. Whoa, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Seriously? So annoying. Okay. So navigation agent here, I can just say if navigation agent. I should probably have like a this should be a separate state, you know what I mean? Like there should be another crash. Let's just no value. Okay, I can't be bothered. I'll fix it later when I'm not on stream. It's not happy because these don't have a script on them that derives from enemy motion, ground enemy motion probably. Doesn't really matter. It's just like, these aren't states. So stupid. Classic. Welcome back, Penguino. We are just going through the debugging process of all the things that I forgot to set up when I created this enemy. It happens. Open. Okay, so they all have states now. And they're unlocked. Okay. What else is there? Oh, I haven't set the current state. Oh my god. Start state, idle. I should have a fallback. If it's not set, just choose the first one in the list. There it goes. Okay, it's in the scene. Oh, one's a speed label. Okay. That's debug related. I'm just going to delete it. I'm sure I'm going to find more of that. Okay. Set enemy target. In base nil. Target. State machine. Non-existent function set enemy target in base nil. It doesn't know what the state machine is. There's so many little bits and pieces. It's actually crazy. State label. Okay, yep. Don't care. Delete it. Don't need it anymore. Chase. Okay. This is actually a helpful error. We set this up a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, and oh my god, this is pissing me off. Stay there. Why did it drop? Sorry about this. Okay, so it basically this just helps me know that if I've set up a state incorrectly, that's why. So it just means that it's not called chase. That's all. So I called it charge, and in the script I wrote chase. So that's an wait. Chase found. State not found chase. Why would it get called chase? Okay. I need to change that to chase then. Since that's how that seems to be structured. And then change this to chase. Okay, it did move. It's not crashing anymore. That's the main thing. Okay, so I already know what the problem is. Implicit ready, node not found, state label. Can delete that. Node not found, speed label. It'd be pretty funny if I have to add those back. So set target, no, yeah, a bunch of warnings. Who cares about those? What I think just happened is that it's chosen the one that's closer to it. So I probably just need to flip that and rerun. Just not doing anything. So it has no direction. What is going on? It moved like 1 pixel and then it got out. So it did... Okay. If destination is greater than... less than minimum destination range. A little bit of like... Hey, there we go. It should just come back now. Yeah, it's not. Is it stuck? It's not. It's gone too far. Boss 1. Charge point 2. Charge point 1. 270. Make it 260. Actually, just make it 250. Like, just keep moving it back until it gets to a point that we're happy with. Still a little bit too close, but I think 240 would... 245. It needs to fit in the room. That is gonna like gimp so many people. Okay, let's just go down to 240. It's not a very good boss design when the guy just runs at you straight away. That's good enough. Okay, so now he needs to come back. Come back. I'm assuming it's making it to idle because it stopped moving. So we go stop, stop, and then if not, check in range. Hey, NA, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a bit. What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good Christmas. Ugh. Okay. What is this relying on? This check in range. Distance to object. Target dot global position dot distance to enemy and then the range. I set the range to be really big, right? Just get run over. Okay. Stall. Breakpoint. Next. How come I never get to find out? Breakpoint? Ah. We are continuously checking that because we're not in range. Target update remaining, target check, game state manager. Okay, so can we just store that for a second? Because I don't know. I'm assuming it's coming back false. It's... Why would it be false? Change this to in range. It don't make no sense. Work, work, work. I've been watching you on Twitch. My little name is fresh there. Nice, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, work is... I have so much annual leave I took off this week. Which has been nice so far. It's only been one day, but yeah. But it's gonna be... I'm gonna pay for that next week. When I have to... Okay, in range is true. Wait, why would it be if in range? Shouldn't... Wait a second. If not check in range? Oh, I'm going about this all the wrong way. Because this assumes that... This is a new script, boss state idle. Okay, so we can, if check in range. Why would it be, actually, you know what, like, this whole thing just needs to go because, like, we don't need to worry about if the boss is in range. We are creating our own script here. We don't need to, like, tiptoe around the fact that it's sharing it with, like, another enemy. This is just the boss state idle. Now, so, okay, less than range, we're just going to go back into chase. This is just the first thing. I'm going to have to, like, figure out how to decide what state to go into. Ouch. He's going to come back. Okay. Oh. I know exactly what happened there. These need to be set as top level. Otherwise, they move with the boss. And we don't want that. That's funny. Oh, see you later. That is also... Where did he go? Oh, he's just like all the way over here. Okay, he just never reached... He just never reached it. And I also can't hit him. Okay, so... some stuff to think about. From my perspective, I have no idea what check-in range even does. What is range? Well, in the context for an enemy... It is to see whether or not you're close enough to do an attack. So like, generally my pattern is, it detects the player. It says, where are you and where is the player? Are you close enough to do an attack? Every enemy in the game has like a set distance that it needs to be before it can do an attack. And so if it's too far away, then it will go to like a chase state, which will pursue the player. And you know, that's what, but the boss doesn't need to do that. The boss is still pursuing the player, but it doesn't really care about whether how, like, because it's in an arena and the player can't escape it. So like, it sort of just doesn't care if it's in range or not. It's just going to go to the move where it charges between 2 points, which are apparently not right. I'm going to put some markers on these so I can see what they look like. So I got a placeholder square. they should just be fixed in position, but if they're top level, shit. Okay. Yeah, that is a problem. I know why. Goddamn, top level used to be so useful and they made it so shit. Okay, so they're not top level by start, but they do need to be made top level in the state. So we have access to them here, and we can actually go charge to point 1 dot set top level. We can just set it every time we enter this state. It's fine, I don't care. Set top level. Top level equals true. This is how we get around it. This would be the easiest way. Charge 2.2 dot top level, just so they don't move. They need to be fixed in position, and I don't want to have to think about it. So that, and that should keep them in place while we try to fight the boss. Oh, apparently not. Oh, really? When you do that, they lose their position. That's crazy. Oh wait, run that back. I had no idea. It gets sets to top level, it just disappears. And then if I go to the remote and I go and I look for the boss and big drone here, and I look at the charge point 1, its transform is 0, 0. What on earth? I had no idea it would do that. Oh yeah, okay, so it no longer adopts, okay. That's super annoying. My brain is trying to figure out what some of this means. It's very like, yeah. Okay, so we also need to go charge to point 1, global position equals, okay. Global, okay, so charge to point 1, global position equals position? How's this gonna work? I'm actually stumped. I'm so used to relying on top level working like this, and I don't want these, I need these to be kind of like a child of the drone, like the boss, because like I don't want to have to like place them some other way, and like it's just a whole thing. Know what you mean? It's a bit of a hint to naming things so they explain themselves. Yeah, I mean, I think it does. I knew what it meant after I read it, so it worked for me. Position equals global position? That's not gonna work, is it? And then I set it to true? And will it... will this work? This is actually crazy. I need to put this in the function. Oh, it did. Hey, look at me. I'm jumping over the boss. Ouch. Oh, and I can't shoot it, so I need to address that as well. Okay, cool, that works. That was crazy. I can't believe that happened. Godot 4 broke my heart when it comes to top level. Okay, let's put this in a function. Secure the markers. I'm feeling a bit silly, so after NA's comment on my naming, secure the markers. Don't forget the function, call it. It. Okay, cool. So, okay, so that's the first stage down. You got to go for like 3 different attacks and then randomize them. Yes, I've got 3 different attacks, and then also a 4th one that'll show up later on. Okay, first of all though, the hitbox isn't working and it is detecting player damage. I don't know if that's correct. The hitbox Okay, yeah, that is how it's supposed to detect. Oh no, that's the, yeah, I want the hurt box. It's set up for number 4. Hurt box is, okay, definitely not the correct one to be on. Let's just make sure that still not working. I could take damage, that's not fair. There we go. I like how I move it. I need to like not give it any kind of pushback. Does it take a long time to kill? Ouch. Ouch. Hey, I did it. Okay, it really doesn't take that long. I'm gonna need to give it way more health. Like, I feel like at least 5,000. I don't know. We'll see. That's a lot. Okay. Next attack. Shoot cannon. I don't have art for this, so... Oh, thanks. It's all placeholder at the moment, but I'm trying to keep it, like, at least... like, not all Godot icons. Is there going to be a phase 2? Yes, but it's pretty simple. I'm just going to spawn smaller enemies and have everything happen. Maybe faster? I don't know. It's only the first boss. Can't go too crazy. Nothing beats a simple hit flash. Yeah, it's good. I just need to implement music, like sound, to like accompany that. I was working on some sound this morning, but yeah, I've never made sound for a video game before. Well, yeah, I normally just like use other asset packs. And I was doing it myself and I was like, damn, this is kind of hard. Okay. Shoot cannon. How I want this to look is essentially like a charge up and then it's going to shoot. And so instead of having to jump, I'm still just making you jump, which I guess is like a thing. I just fought Hornet for the second time in Hollow Knight and I hate how she moves a lot. I thought, okay, so full disclosure, I played Silksong like before I ever played, well, I had played 5 hours of Hollow Knight, but then I got Silksong when it came out and I played 70 hours of Silksong and I was like, I'll go back and play Hollow Knight. And let me tell you, Hollow Knight is very easy when you've come from Silksong. Like, it's just not... I think I died... I first tried Hornet the first time, but the second time it took me a couple of goes because she does move around a lot more. Do you fight her a third time? Or is it just the time in the ice? The ice was a little bit more difficult. She does... Yeah, I went backwards. I was just jumping on a trend because I was like, I mean, I can stream the game and it might be a bit of fun. And then it gave me some content to like, and then it also gave me the idea. I was like, I should make a series about trying to like figure out what makes that game good, which is why we're making a Metroidvania. Okay, so shoot cannon is going to be a tough one because I don't really have animations for that. So I need to make one. And I suppose it needs to be programmatic. I guess. Does it need to be programmatic? Huh. What if we have a path and no. What I want to do is essentially just do a line. I can draw a line. I'm capable of that. I can draw. I know how to do it. I have done it in the past. Oh my god. Should I just like hard animate it? It'd be easier. I don't have anything for this. Basically, I want to do it like a charge and then a laser that goes in a straight line, and you have to just jump over it. It's pretty easy. This is not meant to be super difficult. So, or I could just use like the regular enemy bullets, and that I think maybe that's probably the way to go right now. Just use a regular enemy bullet, just make it move a little bit quicker. And then, okay, yeah, let's just do that. It's gonna be easier. We need an animation player. Or do we? There's gonna be a lot of jumping in this boss. Okay. So let's just do it for now. Like, let's keep it simple. I don't want to have to do art to like make it work or whatever. It's too much. So let's just go, okay. We've got shoot cannon. So what we're going to do is in this state, first we need to decide the direction. So we go to the boss states chase. And here, where we determine the position, same kind of thing. We need to get the direction to the player and then just shoot in that direction. And we're probably going to need some more points to figure out where to go. So we're going to need some more markers. Lovely. So we go back to here. This time, we just need to know where to shoot from. So we're going to have shoot point 1. So you'll notice that the boss is symmetrical. And I did that intentional in order to make it easy for me to design, because I knew that I wanted to rush towards the player and then shoot different forms of bullets. And so I knew that I needed to make it symmetrical because I didn't want to animate it turning around or anything like that. It's too hard. So it just looks this way. And then I'm also going to need... I got a little nut. Hey, Potu Musi. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. So we've got... we'll just call this laser shoot point, actually. Is the boss like a fish? Actually, it's meant to be a security drone, but that's okay. I don't expect people to know what it is when we're looking at like placeholder assets like this. The entire premise of the game is sort of going to be like you're trying to rescue some researchers from something that's gone wrong in their facility, but also all the security drones are just attacking everybody. And that's going to be like the first stage. When you get there, all the drones are attacking you, and this is going to be the boss drone. But don't worry, it's not like it's literally just a representation. It looks like a tropical fish with the placeholder graphics. Yeah, because it's all purple and red. So basically, what it is the red is just its body, right? And the purple is where the attacks are going to come from. That's literally it. I could have probably chosen better colors, but whatever. We'll call this... I didn't even know what it meant. Yeah, but I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not serious art at the moment. I spent like maybe half an hour blocking it out. Essentially, what you want to do when you're doing stuff like this, at least in my opinion, is you have to block it out and test it before you commit, because you might not like the behavior. So if you're going to say, oh, I want it to have, to have 3 flaps on its roof so that it can launch missiles from its head. It's like a Roomba? Yes, it is going to be like a tank. I believe, do I call it? No, I just call it Big Drone. It is a giant Roomba. Essentially, yes. Okay. Yeah, prototyping is goated, 100%. Okay, so now we've got all the points that we need. to know where things should come from, in the shoot cannon function, we need to add those two in. We've got our laser point 1, laser point 2. Now we're going to need to do the exact same thing that we did in the chase state. We need to work out which is closer, because that's where we need to shoot from, essentially. Let's pop this out. If laser point 1, laser point 2, laser point 2, and then we'll create a variable called point to shoot from. Fire point. Let's fire point. And yeah, I guess it's a marker. 2D. Okay. Position. Global position. Bar position equals, it's a vector 2, right? And it's actually going to be the player position this game instead of ourselves, from the perspective of the boss. I mean, when I say like ourselves, I mean from the boss's perspective, it is the player. And so I guess we have, I believe it's called target, so I should probably change this from player position to target position. Target dot add health. That's an option. Global position. I suppose like the player does have that function. Target global position. Okay, so whatever's closest, that's the one that we're firing from. If it's greater than, actually, if it's less than, I think we have to swap it now, because we want to do the one that is closer to the player. I don't know, sometimes I get these wrong. Anyway, we also need, actually, yes, we do need access to the enemy bullet, which is another placeholder asset. Enemy bullet here. Shoot cannon. When is the game coming out? Who knows? So my plan at the moment is to just get things working, and then I'm gonna basically I'll put a demo out, I guess. It'll be called I'll call it a demo. It won't really be a demo. It's a vertical slice. So it'll be like, this is what I'm planning to make. Do you guys like it? And if the reception is good, then I'll keep going. If not, maybe I'll go back to the drawing board, or I will, or I'll scrap it and start something else. Like pre-alpha? Yeah, like pre-alpha. So like, I'm just planning to spend a couple of months, I guess. Metroidvania is a pretty complicated thing. I think I've been working a lot in 3D, and when I thought about it, because I wanted to make a game, like a bigger game, you know, like I've done plenty of game jam games, and I was like, I want to make something big, like, you know, like what, I mean, Metroidvania is like kind of hard to make, but at the same time, like I like those games, so like you should make what you like. It'll be easier from a game design perspective, and it's also like 2D, so like it's not super complicated. A few months ago, I was working on an idea, top-down 2D survivor. You play as a Roomba that has gone rogue and to take out humanity. That's actually pretty cool. You get stronger by vacuuming blood off the floor. Sounds like a Miziz's game. Miziz's game? Yeah. Okay, we need to have a copy of this. We'll just shoot this for now, and we'll replace it later with art. The only problem with the enemy bullet is that it's kind of slow, so I don't expect this to be very challenging. What's the game going to be about? I don't know yet. I know it's going to be sci-fi, and probably based in a science research facility that you're going to be exploring. But like, other than that, I'm trying not to think about the story. I'm just trying to work on the mechanics and, you know, capture the fun of what makes a Metroidvania fun, and sort of think about that rather than before I think about anything else. Because like, it doesn't matter what your game is about, I think, as long as people like to play it. Oh, you don't know Mrs. is? He makes like psychological horror games in Godot. Oh, accidentally killed the music. There you go. He does games like where you put things inside your body and stuff like that. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make a 2D wizard game. That's cool. Like, what are those games that were a big deal? Let's open up Steam. What is it called? No recorded activity. Never heard of him. Looks, yeah, gruesome. Yeah, he's good. He's like definitely inspired a lot of my good, like, YouTube. Not like, I don't make the same kind of games as him, but like in terms of, you know, making Godot tutorials and that kind of stuff. Because he was doing that like uncategorized. Show only ready to play games, sort by recent activity. No recorded activity. 2016? Magica. Is this like the kind of game you're thinking of? This game was sick. Last played 2014. Okay. Laser shoot point. We need to shoot the laser. It was really fun when it was out. It was basically like you have your Q, W, E, R, and you could combine elements to make the spells. And there was a story, I don't really remember what it was about, but it was also like a multiplayer, you could fight each other. Okay, so you're gonna shoot bullet. Call it laser. Okay, stealing code, because stealing code is exactly what I like to do. Launch projectile. That works. Take that. 3, 2, 1. The boss can shoot lasers, but we're not going to have any kind of random elements. And the bullet point. Okay, so bullet instantiate equals enemy bullet, scene root, get tree root, add shard, bullet top level equals true. Global position is going to be the fire point. Bullet.global position equals fire point.global position. Fire direction equals bullet point. Fire point, global position, direction to target.global position plus random element. No random element, we're going directly to it. Linear velocity equals projectile speed. So we can create that. It's going to be fast. Export var projectile speed equals is a float, and I'll make it 500. How fast do these guys shoot? Attack. Projectile speed is 50, so 200. No. Okay, that's the other thing as well. Like the knockback needs to be like minimal or non-existent, really. 500 is probably a bit too much. Let's just make it like 200 and see. We'll see if we need to make it quicker. Shoot laser, okay. And since we got an error? Okay. Wow, that was a big one. I had an idea for a 3D wizard game a while ago. There was a mechanic where you drew your projectiles with the mouse. That's cool. And then became 3D and had different types, circle, square, with different properties and stuff. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like, no, it's okay. I could see that working. there was a game that came out recently where people have to say the spells, right? It was like an arena fighter, right? Like, I think those kind of games, like with the niche mechanics like that, can work in like those, you know, silly arena shooters. You could probably work in like a story-based game as well. Okay. Randef range, fire direction. What? Oh, if there's no target, it just goes in a random direction. Yep. Okay. Fireball. Yeah, I've seen the shorts. It's so stupid. Okay. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna have an animation. So I'm gonna drag this in. Might make something with it later if I can think of it. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is just go animation shoot, like on the enter, animation player.shoot.play and shoot. And essentially we're going to shoot the laser. Oh, I'm going to shoot a couple because, ooh, do we want to do that? I don't know. Huh. Well, it's going to need to be an animation anyway, so let's just do a shoot cannon. What? That's not what I wanted to do. Wait. What? Call method track, shoot cannon, functions, insert key. Oh, okay. Shoot laser. Let's just shoot a couple of lasers. It's actually probably going to be super annoying if I shoot multiple, but we'll do it anyway. .5 seconds. And then when it ends, we can just go finished funk. We create a function called like finish shooting. Finished firing. If I can type, I cannot type. Finished. Dot emit. And we'll go back to idle. Insert key, finished firing. Don't forget to save when you do that. Otherwise it doesn't work. Finish firing. So this is boss like a simple first boss. Attack phase where it shoots and then does a passive phase where you can attack. Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's going to be like, essentially you're going to be like shooting on it all the time and then it's going to shoot at you. It's going to run towards you. That's it. Yeah, it's a simple boss. It's a simple first boss. It's not meant to be complicated. It's just to get some reps in because I haven't really made that many complicated enemies before. So, you know, like just practice and like figuring out how to build these things up, what works, what doesn't. What can I also like something that I have trouble with, not trouble, something that I like to do is essentially like make something, right? And then you can work out like as you're building it up, what can be turned into a component and what can't be, right? So like I've got these hitboxes and health and all that kind of stuff. At the moment, the state machine isn't really something that I can componentize. Well, I mean, I guess technically it is already into components, so I just have to write the behavior. But like, I could probably do better with the functions that are inheriting it. You know, like the ground enemy motion function, perhaps I can add some stuff in there that I'm continuously having to do, all that kind of stuff. So just like thinking about as I go about it, you know, like how can I make this more efficient? Because I'm going to have to make a fair number of these. So yeah, what works, what doesn't, all that kind of stuff. Just early days stuff. But, okay, so now we have a fire direction. We're going to run this animation when we start. This code kind of sucks. I have to apologize about that. It is what it is. I don't like this, but I can't think of anything better right now, so that's just what I'm going to have. I know it works. That's the main thing. We spawn the bullet. I really want to do more of a build up, and then you have to jump. So basically what I want for this boss is it to have like some sort of light emit from the end of the gun, and then do like a laser in a straight line that you can sort of have to time with a jump. I don't have that right now, so I'm just gonna make it shoot a bunch of bullets just so I can get the feel in. Okay, well, let's not run it yet because I don't have a way of getting to that. Let's just go. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is in the state machine. Right, I'm gonna go to bed now. No worries, dude. Have a good sleep. What we're gonna do, we're gonna need to have something that keeps track of what we've done so that we know that we don't repeat stuff, or we have a way of measuring what we should do. Like if the player is not facing us, chase is pretty much always going to be like OP as hell. So like we shouldn't do that too often, you know what I mean? Shoot cannon should be the one that we do more, but like not to repeat. So like know the previous one and then just do something else. So I could have like an array of all the different abilities and like just cycle through them, but never do the same one. So I could have like the last action and then just change it, if that makes sense. So I could have on the state machine, I probably need to create a new script, like a boss state machine rather than a regular state machine. Or is this something? No, it's not something that a regular enemy will have because they generally only have one move. They don't need to like cycle between them. Just came up with an idea for a platformer boss. Maybe keep in mind if I ever go back to making Dude McGroove. Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm not breathing. I'm talking more than I'm breathing. Okay. So let's have a look at. Breathing is important, yeah. 100%. My nose is a bit blocked. So I can't speak and breathe at the same time right now. What are we doing? Are we gonna, okay. Think for a second. Enemy state machine, class name, boss state machine. We have a different, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It makes sense to have a different state machine for a boss than an enemy because I've already ran into that. So let's clear that and have it just be the state machine. Boss one. I mean, this could just be the boss state machine. Create. Extends. Does it extend the enemy state machine? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to copy the code because I don't extend state machine. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I like this, but let's just get the flow. How fast was he? Okay. So now we can actually keep track that we can have of our last state. Right. And then unlocked. Shoot cannon. So you've got 3 states here. I suppose is it going to be just a state? And basically whenever we do an action, we'll just send that to it. So we can emit a signal. We can create a signal. starting to piss me off though. Maybe not a signal. Ooh, I don't want it to get messy. Because ground enemy motion, and then it extends state, right? So we can have a signal, state access. What would it be? It's not state. State entered, right? And then it emits a state. Right, that's general enough. So we created a signal there, and then here we can just emit the signal, state entered, dot emit, self, right? And I'm putting this in idle, but it's the one place I don't want to actually put this. Chase, we enter. Shoot cannon, we enter. We emit that, all right? And then in the state machine, when we create the state map, and this can actually go in the root state machine, when we add the state, we can actually connect state dot, actually we can't do that. We need to do it in the rupees. Mr. Forgettable, hey, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Wait, what state? I need to be in the enemy state. Boss state, yes. Boss state, breathe. Okay. State dot state entered. Connect, callable. Needs to be on state ended. Func on state entered. And then we've got a state, which is a state. Void. And now we know what the last state will be. So we can say last state equals state. Okay, easy. Mr. Forgettable was taken. Where was Mr. Forgettable taken? Alright. So now we know that. When we get to the idle state, we want to choose between the two. So we can say, right now we only have two, so I'm just going to do something lazy here. We can say if, do we have access to the state machine? Something was supposed to happen. State machine. Anyways. Hi. Welcome. How's school going? Last time we spoke, you were doing a business degree. You still doing that? It's been a while. I forget how fast things go when you're in school. It's over before you even know it. I don't have access to the state machine in the enemy. I guess I could get parent, I guess. I don't really want to do that, but I guess I could. Second year, nice, dude. One down, two more to go. I'm assuming it's 3 years. It was for me. Actually, it took me 4, if you know what I'm saying. Can we do an on ready? get parent? Yeah, I think you can get parent in the ready function. What am I writing here? Get parent. Parent. God, Lord. Good Lord. Okay. State machine dot. Okay. I'm just going to cycle between the two. If last state. I have backlogs of 2 subjects that I need to write it this year. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. You really have to dedicate yourself for 3 years and then it's over, and then before you know it, you're in a job and none of that matters anymore. It's crazy. If state machine last state, current state, active state. Okay, this is a boss state machine, and so we need to get a boss state machine so that we can actually see last state is equal to dot name is equal to chase. Shoot cannon. Just text. Just YOLO text. This'll work. Think about it later. We'll just cycle between it. For now. Will this work? Is the entire question, because I just completely bullshit that. Okay, that's an easy one to fix. The start state is not. Oh yeah. Set enemy target. Non-existent function. Set enemy target in base nil. What script is this? Enemy? State machine? Oh. Oh. That's gonna break every single enemy, I think. Ouch. Okay, so we are getting into the shoot function, and now we can get, okay, global position on object. Okay, target position. Wait, do we not have a target? Target is null. That's weird. They're called get target. Get player position. No, wait, what the heck? There's a function within the enemy motion script to update check for target. And that just updates the target just in case it drops off. I can't read chat. I wonder, why did you take up business degree if you like coding? I did not know that I liked coding when I took up the business degree. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes later on in life you figure out that stuff. So basically for me, like when I was in high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, you know? It's that classic. And I was doing a wide array of subjects in high school. This is how it works, at least when I went to high school in Queensland, Australia, is that you got to choose your subjects in high school. And I didn't really know, so I did a little bit of science, I did a little bit of math, I did a little bit of business. And turns out business is really easy. And so I was like, okay, well I'm like smashing accounting, so I should just like be an accountant. And I guess in a way it worked out. Like it's not a particularly stressful job for me, you know what I mean? So that in a way is good, but it's not exactly like a passion of mine. It's not, you know what I mean? It's just something I do. That's okay. And then later on I was like, I want to learn how to code. Like I always liked trying to make games, but I was never that good at it, and I actually didn't like coding because I didn't understand it. And I've got a weakness, and that is if I don't know what I'm doing, or if I feel bad, I just inherently don't like it rather than push through. It took me a long time to get over that, you know? Even recognize it. So once you do, all business students are just students that are kind of lost. 100%. Every single accountant that I have worked with, you know, eventually you have that conversation like, so what got you into accounting? And the conversation is always like, yeah, didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, so I'm here. And it's always, yeah, it's the same every time. And that's fine. I mean, who really likes business? It's something you do. I mean, I get the feeling, you know, like I interact with a lot of people on the phone these days because like my company is based in Melbourne. So like, I don't know those guys as well, but it feels like they really like their job way more than I like it. Like they care a lot more. Whereas I'm just like, you know, make more, spend less. You know, the shit's easy, guys. Come on. Okay. Wait, I forget why we're even having problems. Global position. Oh, the target doesn't really exist. Yes. We have to update the target. Check for target. Because the target does exist. You just don't know it. Ouch. Dude. There we go. Hey, look at that. Oh, it's just going to shoot at me now? Ouch. I think they could be a little bit faster. Did I like code it incorrectly, perhaps? Whenever I'm here, I distract you. No, that's okay. That's the entire point. I have like, if I'm not streaming and I'm working on this, I have like a movie open on the other screen and I'm just watching that half the time. Or like, I'll go scroll shorts for like 15 minutes or something. You know, I'm not like a particularly disciplined person. So I actually kind of like the interaction. It gives me something to sort of like look away from and then come back to this. It actually works really well for me. Because I could not sit here and just do this. Sometimes I can. It depends. You know, like it really just depends on what you're doing. Sometimes you're having like this breakthrough moment. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're very close to having like all the major features sort of like sketched out. I was thinking before, I was like, the only thing I'm not going to have by the end of the week is like a way to like modify the player. You know, like all Metroidvanias, well, more modern ones. I suppose the older ones didn't really have this, but more modern ones have like, you know, you've got your charms in Hollow Knight. I forgot what they're called. I was playing Nine Souls the other day, and you know, there's things that you can build and equip to like enhance your player. I'm not going to have that yet. I will do that, but that's one of the more complicated features that I'm going to need to implement for sure. Okay, so why didn't this go back? You know why? Because in the shoot cannon function, I am not... Oh no, I am state entered. Shoot cannon, state entered. State entered. In the idle, last state name equals shoot cannon. If last state name equals chase. Heh. I don't know. Print with a T. Our state name equals chase. Shoot cannon, but if it's shoot cannon... Did I spell that wrong? No, it's spelled the same. It was kind of a bit of a hacky code. You know, like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, it doesn't work, but also, like, I was kind of just, like, trying to get something going. It's shoot cannon. But why is it shooting the cannons? You know what? I need to hit a return after this. Because what happens is it goes into the state and then it checks the next line. And guess what the next line is? Checking again. Here we go. Oh, shit. It's working. Oh, crap. All right, one more to go. Ouch. We can heal up. Ouch. 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 Yo, this boss is like kind of hard. I suppose you're going to have the dash ability, so jumping over him is going to be a lot easier. I was going to make it like impossible to do without the dash ability, but I guess like it probably just makes more sense because it's a tight window to get right. Like obviously I still fuck it up. Okay. Barrage. This is going to be a little bit more difficult because I want the bullets to behave the same way as the enemy. So basically this is going to be like a combination of all the different enemies that you've seen so far, essentially. Like that's what this guy is going to be. He just is going to shoot bullets, run at you, and shoot missiles, which is the 3 other enemies that are in this area. There's a bunch of other enemies, but those are the 3 ones that are intelligent. The rest are just like obstacles, essentially. Okay. So the other enemy that does this, and I want to have a look at the way I did this because I don't remember, is the tank enemy. Is it still called ground enemy? Tank enemy. Okay. I hadn't renamed it. Okay, so we got the tank enemy. What does it attack? It attack looks like, okay, so it waits for a second, it launches the projectile. And I'm guessing that the projectile is the thing that has the special code on it. So the missile is the thing that actually has, so it has a target, but it gets, how does this work? So if we launch one of these, it's a character body, which is awesome. I love that. And it gets a target, and it essentially just, it's a homing missile. That's what it does. It follows you. Okay. So, okay, I think I can just launch these. So if I go back to the tank enemy, and I steal its attack, which is pretty simple, to be honest. I can just take the whole thing. I don't see why I need to, like... I need to, obviously set up an array of the markers, because I'm going to fire 3 of them instead of just 1. I'm going crazy. I'm going to make them not as accurate. That'll be the change that I'm going to make to compensate for the fact that I'm firing 3 of them like a madman. I'll probably put some space between them too. And I think what I'll do to make it like work a little bit better now that I'm thinking about this is we'll make the enemy character wait until all 3 have been destroyed before it goes into the next state. Or is that going to be too easy? I don't know. Anyway, let's steal the code. barrage. It's going to do a barrage. Okay, so the only thing that we won't have here is this. And in fact, we're going to do an export variable, which is going to be missile launch points. And it's an array of markers. Okay. It's not happy because bullet point. We need to get a bullet point. So we'll pass in a bullet point. And then launch projectile. For I in missile launch points, launch projectile I. Problem solved. Point 1, missile point 2, missile point 3. Okay, all added. And so now finished emit, get timer, wait time. Maybe make it like a 5-second wait. Random modifier, are we using this random element? Projectile speed? We're not using any of these, but I do want to okay, why is this orange? Bullet point has no static type, it's a marker. Okay. So, missile, do we know what a missile is? Missile is a homing missile. So missile dot steer force. Let's make it equal to 0.1. Okay. So, I guess right now, let's just have it cycle through all three. So if the state name is chase, then it goes to shoot cannon. If it's to shoot cannon, it'll go to, what order should we do it in? We go chase, shoot cannon, and then missile, I guess. So like if it's barrage, it goes to chase, right? And if it's shoot cannon, it goes to barrage, which is brutal. Okay. Check for target. That should all just work out of the box. It's not particularly complicated. Ouch. It's going to shoot at me, and now it's going to do missiles. Oi, look at that. And now we wait. Oh, it's just going into that. We should do like a delay on those. Finished emit idle. And the wait times are way too long, by the way. That's crazy. Okay, wait. If it's barrage, goes to chase. And then returns. Dude, I thought my code was airtight, but now it's just shooting barrages. You know what? This code kind of sucks. Keep it there for a second though. Match. State machine. Last. Yada yada yada. And then we've got shoot cannon. And we go finished emit barrage. And then we go chase. Finished emit shoot cannon. Then we go barrage. Finished emit chase. delete all this. Okay, pass arrow. Could not resolve superclass ground enemy motion. Why not? What did I do? What the hell? Huh? What? What the hell? How did I undo all of that? Could not resolve superclass ground enemy motion. Extends state extends enemy motion? How did I accidentally delete that? That was weird. Please work a little bit better. Ouch. Okay. Missiles. It just goes into a missile cycle. How comes? I don't understand. Oh, you know why? Because I am not updating it. So state entered.emit self. Forgot that. That's important. Actually have to update the last state that was entered. And now it's coming towards you again. Okay. Well, I just like tanked the shot. Alright. And then, yeah, I mean, I think probably we need to play with the timings because there's not a lot happening between, like, stuff. And those missiles are too slow. I think I was being too generous. Maybe make them faster because this arena is bigger, but, like, the steer force is fine. You just have to jump over them. I died. Okay. So the steer force is fine, but the speed is slow. So we'll just go missile dot speed. I think by default they're 50, right? The speed is 100. Okay. Let's triple it. And the same with shoot cannon. I want those to go faster too. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh, they can't even reach you now. That's funny. They're going too fast for them to like actually be able to like meaningfully get you. Okay. So, how can you do a delay between each of these? So can I do like await dot get tree dot create timer dot 0.1 second dot timeout before we go to the next? Will that work? I don't know. I've never tried before. The time between is too slow. The steer force needs to be way higher for this to even work. I think the first one should be the shoot. Whoa, okay, shit. Now it's like too fast. Yeah, but if you had the dash, you could get out of that. And I don't have that. I should probably like add the dash and see how it feels to fight against, because you would be able to escape that, although it does feel a bit much. So let's compromise. Let's give it 0.2 and downgrade this to 250 because it is very quick. And also for this situation, let's unlock the dash state. Hit run on this so I can actually dash, which is how you're supposed to fight the boss. Yeah, okay. Ouch. I could have easily avoided that. I did not time that properly. And now it's super easy. As long as you know what's coming. Ouch. Okay. Now I can actually fight. Dude, easy peasy. It has a lot of health. Okay. Third state. Bring in the ads. So basically, it's pretty easy, especially if you're like good at these kind of games. I think if you've not really played that many Metroidvanias, like Souls-likes or like all those kind of like more difficult boss challenge games, like you potentially find that difficult. You know, just about finding the rhythm. I know what to expect because I designed the boss. So I think that's probably going to be pretty difficult. And then I'm going to get real crazy, and this spawn drone ability will be unlocked and be added to the mix when you get to half health. So how do we do that? I don't know. Dude. We could have it be like a random enemy. I guess you could have it like be in order. I don't know. Oh, did the missiles come out at different intervals? I didn't even notice. Yes. Okay. Enemy. So basically in the spawn drone attack, we are just going to spawn a drone. That's really all that is going to be to it. To be honest, it doesn't even really need to be a state, but I guess I'll make it a state anyway. Check for target, and we'll say, yeah, let's just instantiate it into the world. We need to determine the point at which it comes in, and I need to set something up so that like when I spawn stuff in like this, it's like animated. It like right now it's just going to appear above the boss. Drone spawn point. Okay. New enemy drone equals air enemy dot instantiate, and then we are going to go new enemy drone dot global position. I didn't type that, so it doesn't know what it is. I think it's just an enemy type, right? Global position equals drone spawn point dot global position, Okay, and then we want to get world. Like, how do you actually spawn this shit? I forget how to spawn in things. Scene route? Get tree scene route. Okay, that works. Scene route. Has it changed since Godot 4? I feel like I don't recognize that pattern as much as I used to. Or I just don't add that much stuff to my scenes these days. I don't know. Add tune, add scene, that. And then we go drone. Oh, not the spawn point, new enemy drone. And then we go enemy drone, new enemy drone. Dot set target, target. And that'll aggro it even if you aren't in range. Okay. Health is a bit much. Let's downgrade it to 2000. So how do we get into this? Okay, we can go like finished emit idle after we've done that. We don't really need to spend any more time here. Okay. So in the state machine, actually in idle, if we have a copy of the health container, we can check. We can say if health container dot current health is equal to is less than 50%. Health container current health divided by 2. Health container dot current health. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Divided by 2. If it's less than that, then we are going to check to see if how do we know if it exists? That's the other thing. Like, we need to know if it exists within the world. Now, in the spawn drone function, there will be like, okay, what we can do is we can say enemy drone. We can create a variable called enemy drone. New drone. No. Air drone add. And it's an enemy, right? Now we'll set that, instead of a variable here, we'll set that to be the instantiated enemy, right? And now what we can do is we can say, first of all, it doesn't want to do that. That's not going to help. We say if air drone add, then finish emit.idle, and then return. Right. Now, what we also need to do is have a function here called clear drone add, and void, and basically air drone add equals null. Will that work? Is that allowed? Yes, it is allowed. Okay, great. Now when we spawn it, we want to go air drone add dot tree exited dot connect to a callable clear drone add. So basically, when you defeat this enemy, this air drone, if you do defeat it, it will clear this variable. Otherwise, air drone add is never going to be null, right? And it will never spawn a second one, because instead of it being null when you queue free it, it'll be a previously freed instance, which is not super helpful. But I'm sure, like, I'm sure it's useful for something. I don't know. That's just how the engine works. So we'll do that. And in the state machine, no, in the idle state, if you're less than health, if your current health is less than half, if current health is less than current health divided by 2.
Good night, me a sleepy kitten and brother just bribed me with cheese to say he's not having a snack at silly o'clock.
Silly o'clock? I mean, it's Christmas, bro. Cheese snack at 10 p.m? I think that's allowed. You know what I'm saying? Have a good sleep, dude. Current health divided by 2. And then we will go finished emit dot finished emit. It's called spawn drone, bro. It's called spawn drone. Okay. And then return. Right. Now, actually, it's kind of a problem because so,
okay, my brain almost said love you, brain is too tired.
Yeah, you can't be saying that to streamers, bro. Finished emit spawn drone. The problem is it's always going to go into that state. No, it did. Why will it go into that state? Got the chef. Meow. So what do we do then? Because we're always going to end up here, and that's not what we want. So we could, like, not have this. Like, it depends how fast the code triggers, right? I think it would be too quick. How much health do I have? I need to see it on screen, I think. Let's just print it out. Where do we send that? Health 0, damage taken. Well, if we just make it something small, like make it 500. I forget how much damage I do. I think I do 20. So that's a manageable amount. I'm expecting this guy to just start spawning. Oh, I just killed him. Okay, that just never happened. It just never happened. Yeah, because it just... Oh, okay. Back to the drawing board on that one. This doesn't necessarily need to be a state. We could also say that. We could just... It just needs to spawn in. So we can emit a signal. From the health container, or we could just be checking that health changed amount. So spawn drone. I'm gonna keep the code, obviously. Take all of that, delete the state, and then we can just can't be in the enemy. We can put it on the drawn spawn point. Okay. Now we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We do need the target. But I think what we can do is we can go var target is the player character, I believe, right? And then at the very start of this, we can go owner target equals, we can just cheat a little bit, owner.target. Or you could call down, actually, you can go to the parent script from the health container to the parent script to this. Would probably be the best way to do this. Okay, so we don't need to finish emit. We just need to check that it exists. So we can say if not air drone add, then do this, right? Because we only want to do this if there is none existing. And then for the health container, when the health is changed, we can emit to the big drone script. Is that, no, we don't necessarily want to do that, actually. Okay, my bad. We are going to have to cheat. Disconnect. Oh no. What the heck? Why am I redoing stuff? Okay, health can change. Here we go. Health 0 is no longer connected, and I am so filthy about that. That didn't undo. Okay. Okay. Health changed. Down to missile drone spawn point. Air mount. That is not... I need more information from that. Dude, it's too hot in this room. Dude, we're so close to being done. With all... Well, you know, like, obviously it's not done, but like at least having the behavior pattern down. And then we can just mix and match to whatever works. Increase health amount. Okay, I'm cheating. Health. Max health? So annoying, actually. I'm so filthy. Light equals whatever that is amount. And I guess what I could do is I can create a new signal. Yeah. And we can call it health update. And it's the max health. Update max health. That is not how you do a signal. And then that. And then you grab this, and then on ready, you just emit that. Okay. Now I have a signal that I can connect to for the drone spawn point to connect that. Then I can go to this and I can say max health equals mount. On health can change. Health changed? Oh my god. Dude, I swear to god. This whole like keeping things on one side kind of like drives me crazy. Okay, so now we can say if, oh, it's of course it's all in capitals. If max health is, no, if amount. Okay, so fucking hell. When health container health, what does this send out? Health changed, current health. Health changed is a function that I want. Health changed. Oh yeah, we do. Okay. Go to method. Okay, so that is current health. So we can say if max health divided by 2. Let's just go like bar half health. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Half health equals, it's a float, is equal to max health divided by 2. That could just be a variable that floats around. It's not going to change. And then we can say if amount is less than or equal to half health, then we need to enter. Right? Happy days. And then now we just need to know what the target is. The drone needs a target for set target. And I suppose we can cheat. I'm kind of feeling a bit lazy. Ready. And we can say owner dot target. Get target? Get parent. Does the owner store the target? Machine? No, it doesn't. Oh my god. Set target. Okay, create a signal. Solution to everything. Target updated. And then it emits a target, which is a player character. And then I hope I haven't broken too much stuff, eh? Target updated dot emit. Target. I'm trying to just do signals in things I know are like parent scripts. I really should inherit them rather than just using them. That's not good. Target equals target. This is a shadowing variable. What is going on here? Remove the tar. Get rid of that. Okay, so now we go. Okay. In theory, should work. And also, let's just print out the health so that I can actually see how much health. This guy, how much health did I give him? I gave him 500. He doesn't have that much anymore. Yeah, he's got 500 health. So it should be pretty easy to get him down to that amount and start seeing these drones. Ouch. Every time. Oh, there we go. It crashed. Global position based on a null instance. Okay, that's fine. What is it saying? Drone global position drone spawn point. Okay, so that's got to go. And the drone spawn point, I mean, it can just be global position because we are in that script now. Run it again. It works. It's going to work. There it is. Ouch. It doesn't know where to go because there's no navigation. And now it's just shooting at me. Okay. It's working. So now we can go to 2D, go to the world, and just update the navigation layer. so that it actually encapsulates this new bit that I built. Canvas items are invisible or locked in some way. Oh my god. Clear navigation. Let me grab the flippin' thing. I'm so filthy. Just ruins everything. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Should it spawn two? And then it'll just spawn them again. It'll keep spawning them. I died. Okay. Okay, so there's a problem I just noticed. And it's that I updated the amount of shake from the enemy, forgetting that it was not a shared, it's not a shared script. I need to fix that as a problem. That shouldn't be like that. Okay. I don't think I changed anything. Honestly, if the drone's working, then I haven't changed that much that it's a problem. The enemy seems very docile compared to the boss, but that's probably fine. It takes a long time to start moving, I guess. It doesn't, the problem with the air drone is that it only moves for a second before it stops. It's meant to be very like kind of chill, but that's okay. Like it is just an added thing. Also, I've got a lot of errors. Let's have a look. Can't change this state while flushing queries. Okay, so deferred. Always have to call deferred now with add child. Okay. Now he should just have like way more health. I think. It shouldn't, like I think if you know what you're doing. Ouch. Cannot call method create timer on a null value. What the hell happened? It doesn't exist yet. Lovely. How do I do it in the encounters? I have encounters, I don't have any problems with those. Await new enemy tree entered. That is probably a good little bit of code to be having there. Okay, let's add that. Call deferred, and then we wait for it to enter the tree before we set the other things up. Okay. Okay. I think the trick is to just sort of ignore that enemy, because it's going to spawn again anyway. and then it's done. And we should probably like clear the we need to actually kill all the drones that spawned with it. Okay. Easy. Should the camera sit a little higher for the player? Like, should the player's in the center of the screen? I feel like maybe it should be like this by default. I don't know. Anyway, that's it from me. We are out of here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, all those things. Who should we raid into? Same category? Anyone I'm following? 2 viewers, 1 viewer, okay. Yeah, why not? Be nice. Help them out. Alright guys, thanks so much for stopping by. I will see you all next week, maybe, or I don't know exactly, but you know, some point.